Removing the power amp board from Gary's stereo. Good morning, YouTube. Here with you on this Sunday morning at 11:34 a.m. I am back on Gary's Fisher here, as you can see. I am back to using the Sony Bloggy Touch for this. It's just a better camera. I'm sorry, Bill. I can't help it if the focus goes in and out a little bit. You're just gonna have to put up with that until I can find something better. The Kodak just doesn't cut it for me. I have too many complaints on the sound and stuff like that. So what I'm in the process of doing here, excuse me, is taking all these connections you see off, and there's several that go to the board from other places, and I want to go ahead and remove this board, and then I'm going to take the amplifier or the stereo itself and put it in the other room until I get this board done. And I will be replacing all of the caps, these caps here, this cap, you know, all the whole thing. And the only ones that'll stay are the ceramics, and all the E-caps will be replaced. I think that should cover it pretty good once I get the transistors replaced. So that's that. Also, I'm going to be doing this power supply module. There's 1, 2, 3, looks like 5 caps on it that have to be replaced, E-caps. So that's going to happen. Now, I don't believe I will do anything with the rest of the preamp or anything else that on here, because there's not really a lot of call for it, unless there's an obvious problem that shows up, and then we'll take care of it. But I think the E-caps on the power amplifier and the power supply itself will be sufficient, and that should take care of the problem. So let me get to taking these connections off. One of the reasons I wanted this picture here is to know how these all go back on. They're pretty much laid out, you know, with these. You can't really see it. Let me show you this. See these tie downs, you know, and they're pretty much they'll only go one spot. You know what I mean? And maybe there might be a little confusion there, but not much. So, you know, that should take care of it. I'm going to take some other pictures here too to make sure I get a good image of the whole thing. Like these on the end here. This is a brown one. I think that one just goes from one end to the heat sink, so that's probably not a problem. See if there's anything on this end. Maybe one brown one on this end here. Of course, that should be fairly obvious. If there's only one, well, there's a red one too, I see. Okay. So I got a red and a brown there. The red is up towards the heatsink or the back of the unit. And I think that's it. I did have this loose. I put one screw in it to hold it down while I was doing some testing. Also, there is a one center, whatever you want to call it, ground point right here that I cut. That'll be easy to fix. That's not a problem. So that should do it. I want to get this out, and like I said, I want to move the stereo itself into the kitchen and get it out of the way, so I'll have a little bit more room here. I did take the faceplate off. Back up. I figured it could be cleaned a little bit. And also that gives me a little more room to get into the controls to clean those. I did clean the selector. There was some static in that when I would switch it from one selection to the other. Just used alcohol. That's probably all I'll ever use on stuff like this, because I just don't care for deoxit that much. Like I said, we'll do that. Also, these bulbs, now I don't know, the bulbs themselves look like, let me get down here a little bit. There you go. these bulbs here, these dial lights, I'm pretty sure they're shot. I don't know what voltage they are. I'll have to check them. But there's one there, and there's one on the other side, on that side over there. And then there's a stereo indicator bulb. So I don't think any of the bulbs work on this. I'm pretty sure they're all blown. So we'll have to get those. And there's another one right there. I didn't even see. So there's several bulbs. I'll have to get those ordered. So like I said, mainly we're going to be waiting on parts for this, and that's why I want to go ahead and get this the larger stereo out of the way, and just leave the board here to where I can I'll have access to it. I may do the same with the power supply board down here. It looks like it unplugs also, so that may be what I do. So the last thing I plan on doing for this is the turntable, and I don't think there's going to be a lot to be done to it because it seems to work. It did play a record. It seemed to play at the right speed, so that was good. And anyway, that's what we're looking at, and let me get you off here, and we'll get this board out and I'll show you what we got. Alright, we're back here once more. I have the board out now. You can see easy enough to come out, and these standoffs here will come off, and you can get to the bottom of the board then. And I think I probably have to unplug these transistors here. You know, I'm debating. I think I probably will just go ahead and replace these also to keep the matched set in there. As far as I'm trying to decide if that's a mica. I was telling Bob it has to be mica. Yeah, it is mica. I can. That's an insulator. I can feel that. So that does insulate them from the heatsink. I was wondering about that because, you know, there was no. I didn't see any separators, but they are there. So anyway, this will allow me to, like I said, get the stereo out of the way and have much more room in here to work. It wasn't too bad. You know, it would have been much better if I'd had the empty bench, but as you can see, you know, you've probably seen, I've got both ends of this bench just cluttered with everything. And it would have been much better off to got that done first, but I'm just one of those procrastinators when it comes to stuff like that. So I did it my way, as Frank Sinatra says. So anyway, that's where we're going to be starting on, is getting the caps off of this. As you can see, there's the two big ones here on each end. There's one there. Now these diode packs, I've raised and lowered them I don't know how many different times, so I'm going to have to be careful. I'm going to break off the leads of them. Looks like there's one cap there, one here, one here, one here, one here, one here. So those will all be changed. I think the rest of them are fine. I don't see any other E-caps in here, unless I'm missing something, but I don't think I am. So, like I said, that's a good look at the board. Here's the back of it. That where the there's a around where the thing is. There's nothing touching there, so that was designed well, I guess. So, all right, that's going to do me for this time. I guess I'll go ahead and probably post this and let everybody know what's going on with it. But once I get this off, and I'll put it up to wait for parts, and again the amplifier or the stereo itself will be out of the way to where I can work on other stuff. So I was kind of worried about that because I didn't really want to tie up the bench with this all this time waiting on parts. Like I said, it's going to take a while to get those, so at least a week or two. So, you know, we'll get it when we get it. That's where we're going. Again, here's a look at the other boards. I don't know if you noticed them when I was doing this before, but this is the radio board here. Now there's I think a separate FM board. I think it's over here. I think that might be separate. I'm not really sure. One or the other, I can't tell which is which. That may just be the AM board over there, come to think of it. It probably is. There's obviously going to be more going on with the FM stereo. So I'm going to leave these alone because they seem to be working well. And as Bob pointed out, there's not much stress on the radio sections. So unless I run into an obvious problem, I probably won't mess with any of the caps on it. And I think this is the I believe this is the preamp. I'm not really sure. I could be wrong. This could be something completely different. But anyway, I will check. I don't think those caps there are going to be a problem. Again, the preamp would be a low voltage situation. And so I do want to try to get the pots to the position where they can be cleaned. Naturally, they're going to be hard to get to. I don't know if this board will come out if I take out the nuts on the controls or not, but may give that a shot because I'll have to, not have to, but I want to get to the open area so I can put some alcohol in there and clean the pots a little bit. Like I said, I doused this selector switch here yesterday and rotated it several times, and it seems to have cleaned that up pretty good. So we will check on everything, make sure. But then here's the this is the stereo light here. That's a dial light there, and there's dial lights on this end as well, like I said before. So that's gonna do it. You guys have a wonderful day. I have my day planned. Like I said, I want to go ahead and get this apart from the heatsink. And it looks like there's a couple of, well, that one unplugs. Hopefully, yeah, that one unplugs too. Okay, that's good. Both of those unplug, so really the only thing I have to do is undo the transistors, and those will come off. So this looks like a good project. We'll do that, and we'll probably show you that later on if I do another video or whatever. I really want to work on that camping video and get that out of the way, and I may do that later on. So like I say, you guys have a wonderful day. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you